Scorpio, hey, what's going on? How are you? My name is Antoine. I want to welcome you to your general messages for the week of August 14th through 20th. This will be for all placements of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. These messages are general, so they won't resonate to everyone. So please don't force a message that does not resonate. Now, for those of you who the message does resonate for, thank you so much. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I thank you in advance. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your messages. Scorpio, for you, the week of August 14th, 2022. From the 14th to the 20th, messages for Scorpio. What's going on? What are the energies for Scorpio this week? All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Scorpio, your challenge this week is the Seven of Swords. All right, so listen, you may be up against a sneaky individual. All right, someone sneaky, someone trying to take advantage of you or take advantage of the situation that they're in. You know what I mean? Like trying to get more out of the situation than they deserve, or more out of you than you're willing to give. You know, and to be honest with you, I mean, I guess sometimes we all can be a little bit guilty of that, Scorpio. Sometimes we can be, but this is where it's happening to you this week, and I feel like that's part of your challenge. How are you going to deal with that? Okay. And then there are some of you where I do feel like, this just may be about strategy. You're trying to make a plan for yourself this week, and it may be a little bit of a struggle to do that. And say, okay, so we'll go ahead and continue to figure out what's going on. So we got the Ten of Swords now. The Sun. Okay. The King of Pentacle. Oh, and then the Nine of Swords. Oh, wow. So we have the 7, the 9, and the 10 of Swords. Whoever is trying to scheme off of you or, you know, plot or something like that against you or just on you. I don't know. I don't necessarily, it feels like it's against you. It just feels as though whatever it is that you're doing, Scorpio, is like somebody's really trying to ride your coattails this week. This nine of swords. If I said wands, my bad. But this 9 of swords and this 10 of swords. This is the desperation, Scorpio. I don't know if this is something that they necessarily want to do. Oh my lord. Yeah, I don't know if this is necessarily something that they want to do, Scorpio. They're just trying to survive. And yeah, they could be a little bit more honest, right? Maybe they could just have asked for your help, Scorpio, but for whatever reason, maybe they just feel like, it's more about shame, I guess. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it's more about shame. They feel like, well, I don't want to let Scorpio know what I'm dealing with, because having to let Scorpio know what I'm dealing with means that I have to expose myself and I have to open up myself in a way that I'm not ready to do. So that's kind of the process I don't know why I'm thinking of, why is it so difficult to say? I don't know why it feels like I'm reading for the person that Scorpio is going to have to be ended up dealing with this week to some level. And so Scorpio, I'm kind of just preparing you for, like, it feels like I'm preparing you for the reasons why somebody is plotting. It's not that they're plotting against you, it's that they're just trying to get a certain advantage, but they don't necessarily want to let you know about it because of the shame. So it's just, but it's still fucked up. All right. And look at you. You end up, and I was going to say this earlier, but I think I led to the point of, like, they could have just asked you. You know what I mean? They could have just asked you and you would have given. You probably would have had some shit to say. You probably would have had some boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Like you would have given, but not everything. You would have given, but maybe not as much as they were trying to take. And it feels like what brings this to your attention, Scorpio, is that they try to take, like I said earlier, people sometimes try to take more than what they know they deserve, or, more of, what's fair. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what happens. If they had to just probably taken just what they needed, even though it was fucked up that they still took, it didn't feel like they stole. It's just like they just kind of used you in a way. You know what I'm saying? And if they had to just used you in a way, I mean, we all do that, right? We all maybe have to kind of slingshot ourselves off of something else sometimes, and it doesn't necessarily make us bad people. However, we use what we need and then we go. You know what I'm saying? We use only what we need. And then we usually, ask though, you know what I'm saying? And then we go about our business. But this person, not only that they didn't ask, but they just started using. And then they started to consume more than what they actually needed. And that's what put you on radar. You know what I'm saying? You would have always given. All they had to do was ask. All they had to do was ask, and you would have given. The thing is that you would have given, but with limits, you know? And again, they wanted to take advantage of that. So it's just like, dang, it is kind of messed up. It's like, they weren't trying to, like I said, they weren't trying to do it maliciously against you. It was just more so about the courtesy of the fact that you didn't even ask, or you didn't, you know, or not only did you didn't ask, but then it's like you tried to get greedy. You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets a little shifty, you know? But Scorpio, let me know what's going on in the comment box below. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it and value it. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all next week. Take care.